You will pay the price. You will pay the price in every concept on the things that you're not taking action for. You will face the consequences, and those consequences are truly gonna affect yourself. It's truly gonna affect your spirit, and it's gonna affect every concept that you intrigue yourself in your own life. You know why? Because people are scared. People are tend to be scared on a lot of things. People fear, and it's simply not normal. Why you fear? Why is there so many delusions in your head? Why are you putting so much adjustments in your own emotional state when at the end of the day nothing is happening? Right? Nothing is happening because you're scared of taking action. So how is there going to be any consequences if you're not taking action? The consequences are going to start in your own mind, in your own way, on your own results. Once you mature and once you get stronger on your own mindset, everything will just be in a much more apprehensive way for you to evaluate why the hell didn't you do it, right? So first of all, the power of regret. You're going to feel regret. Do you know the power of regret? Do you know regression? Have you ever felt that? You know the people who have started the action, but you regret it because you were scared, and now you're looking at them because they were rewarded from their actions and their talents. The power of regret, the power of what could have been, the power of if I took action, the things were gonna come alignment with who I actually want to be. But now I'm this person who is not aligned with my true actions and my true mindset and the true desires that I truly wanted to accomplish, right? The power of regret, that is simply the power of how mentally humanity has ever always have fallen into because of procrastination. Because of procrastination, a lot of people tend not to be from themselves, and they tend to be from the outside instead of the inside. So the power of regret, you need to just fulfill and overcome that. You never need to feel in a state of regret, because if you have the power of regret, now you're regretting a lot of things, and it's going to carry on your own self and your own legacy, right? So that is the cause of inaction. Every concept will be affected. Every time you regret something, you will lower your confidence. You will lower your self-esteem because it has to come to a contribution from your own self. Your own self-growth will be stopping on your average point level because your power or the power of regret. The power of regret is living in the past. When you think about the regret, when you think about things that are building you up from the past, you're entangling those things now into your present self, and that is what contributes into your own identity. Everything that you bring in from the past, you're bringing into the present moment. That is why people can think to themselves and they live on regret, or simply enough, they live for the outside, right? That's why people tend to think from the ego. Why can't you just be so yourself? Why can't you just make decisions yourself? Oh, because I want to think from the outside. I never took decisions for myself. That is exactly why I need approval from everybody else, right? So that is the cause of inaction. When you do inaction, when you do stuff that doesn't align with your own goals, it's like if a basketball player automatically wants to turn into a golf player. It doesn't make sense, right? But the thing is that he got influenced by the media. He got influenced by other people on the outside, and even if they don't understand that his true talent is basketball. He got influenced and manipulated into playing golf, and now he's not thinking by himself, rather by the outside, right? So the pain of regret versus the pain of discipline. The pain of regret. What is the pain of regret, right? What is the pain of regret? The pain of regret is basically something that you know that you could have controlled, but now simply enough, you're thinking back, what could have been, right? It's like if you had an opportunity to take a action to basically become a business person, but you were too scared. You were too scared because you had a lot of stories, you were overthinking, and you were creating sort of illusions, and you heard people from the outside telling you no. You were scared to take a decision, and now you're facing the consequences. That is the power of regret, right? But the pain of discipline, right? Let's say you took the action to become this business person. You took the opportunity to create, let's say you created a supplement, right? You created a supplement pill that builds your testosterone, builds enhancements bodies, and clears your mental stability, right? You create a supplement that helps people become much more mental clarity and simplify their emotions, right? But the thing is, you stay disciplined. There was some troubles, there was some hardships, but at the end of the day, you still made it. Those struggles made it into reward that now your business is worth $500 million, right? So think about it like this. the pain of regret, you never had the opportunity. You never had the opportunity. You never progressed. You never become this person who was quality enough to gain the access to have that 500 million business opportunity. But rather, now, since you took action, you have the pain of discipline, which now you have the action and you have the power to become your highest version of yourself, right? So look, time is a limited resource. You need to realize that time is not real. Time is just a limited resource. Time, when you think about it like this, you need to know that if you're still thinking about time, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm old enough, or I'm not old enough, or I'm too old for this, you already adjusted the time. You're putting too much power into time, and you have to know that time is just a limited resource. It ends up, right? We live in an everyday basis, but at the end of the day, you need to realize that it's in the present moment. We live in the present moment. We don't live by time. We don't live by schedules. We live in the present moment, because at the end of the day, we can never predict what's gonna come outwards in our own future, right? So time is limited resource. The only thing that you can do is live by energy. Live by energy and urgency. Every energy ability that you have, implement it to your own passion, implement it into your own goals, and keep achieving on things that you want, right? So now, relationships, connections. You need to realize that the relationships that you have and the connections that you have right now is also another reason why you're not taking action. There's another reason why you're probably scared to take action, because you're listening from the outside, right? You're listening from all these people's opinions, but they never would tend to understand why you want to do it. They will never tend to understand why is the reason why you love it. Why is the reason why you want to do this? Why is the reason why you thought of this? Because they're not you. You need to come to realization that every other single person has their own mind, has their own perspectives. Not everybody is the same. As long as you have people who are aligned with the actions, with the things that you truly want to do in life, do not hang out with them. Be distant. Learn how to say no. The power of you staying alone and staying distant will contribute into much more better ideas, and your creative mind will just naturally flow into the inaction, which is the action of you alignment with every concept of life, spiritually, financially, passion-wise, yourself, and just developing yourself in the best way, right? So also, spiritual consequences of inaction. If you don't do inaction, your spiritual consequences will be that your self-esteem will automatically drop. You will never think to yourself who you really want to be. You will just become this person who easily gets influenced by a lot of people and never think for themselves. Those sort of people will never grow, because they will put in adjustments into everything that they do. They think to themselves, am I right? What I'm doing is perfect for the society? Can I fit in? Do I need approvals? Are the people gonna love this? Are people gonna like me? Are people gonna listen to me? You know, they start thinking to themselves rather from the outside. They never think to themselves in a way where they can build a connection with themselves, in a way where now I don't care if nobody likes me. I know I like myself. I don't care if nobody likes my ideas. I know I like my ideas, right? So instead of you trying to achieve a connection with the outside, rather starting a connection with the inside. That's what the power of regret does. When you have regret, you will know that every decision that you do will absolutely fall to you every single way, because you think to yourself, wow, I didn't even take action at the most simple things, so now what can I really do? I'm far too useless, right? All your confidence will just be based on negative, and your confidence will just be built in a negative way, meaning that now you're so much more confident on your own negative self state rather than being in a positive state, right? So that is the spiritual consequences. You need to know that this is an opportunity that this could change your life. This thing that you truly want to do is a gift that you truly want to achieve. So look, also health and well-being. This is kind of connection with the spiritual, but rather in a way where now your health and your well-being will be much more far worse, right? You need to know that your own health is your own reflection of your own self. So if you think to yourself that not doing this opportunity will make you much more scared than rather the outcome than you not doing what you're supposed to do, that is basically now your health not being prioritized. You're basically not prioritizing your future, which means whoever you are right now at the present moment who is fearing what he needs to overcome, what he needs to overcome in the challenge to become the person that he truly wants to be, your health is thinking the opposite way. You should be thinking it in another way, right? Let's say you start thinking to yourself that overcoming this challenge will actually help me. Overcoming this action will absolutely make me a better person, rather than thinking in a negative way. That's what I mean by health and well-being. Now you need to change your perspective. You need to change and manipulate your mind in a way where every challenge is just gonna bring you stronger and stronger and stronger, right? So look, the concept of compound losses. Look, you're not just losing on the regret, but rather you're losing on every concept of life. Now you're just losing the quality of the person you are. Now you're losing the service that you could have served the humanity. Now you're losing your own reasons, and now you're losing every sort of action that you should have took that could have changed your whole life. That is the concept of compound losses. Every loss just compounds. Nobody will look at you as the same, because now, since you're not changing, you're not evolving, everybody would just think you're average. And it's true, and it's honest, and that's 99% of the whole people here in the world. They tend to be the same because they don't never want to be disciplined. They never want to be disciplined on their own actions. They never want to take action on the things that they're scared for. What is it to be scared for if at the end of the day, if you can never take action, and whenever you created that idea, you were never scared to create the idea, right? So why is it that you're scared now? Why is it that automatically you're being feed off from social medias? Why is it that you're being inspired by negative people? Why is it that your environment is bringing you down? Don't you think it's for a reason? It's for a reason. It's always for a reason, because if it's not for the consequences, it's either going to be for the good consequence or the bad consequence. But either you're going to stay with the bad consequence, which is you not taking action, or you're going to take the good consequence and prove yourself wrong, right? So that is the concept of compound losses. Every time you don't take action, every time you feel regret, every time you hesitated, that is a loss, because you got beat by your own mind. You need to master your own mind. You need to master your own mindset to build your legacy and purpose. That legacy that's gonna bring to you, that legacy that every circumstance, every hardship, every struggle that you have within your own life, and the way you carry yourself on and your purpose, just build yourself up and legacy up, which is your own status. That's what's gonna make a changed man, rather than a person who is just thinking to himself in his lower state. Your lower state is the power of regret. That is your lower state. That is the lower emotional frequencies, because that is a frequency that now you're thinking from the past. You're thinking from things that don't even exist, and that builds an emotional state, which is sad, worriness, stress, and delusional, right? In a way where you're delusional, meaning that you're tending to control things from the past rather than what you can do right now at the present moment, right? So that is a ripple effect. Why didn't you, or what you could have been? The ripple effect is basically you having those thoughts and you not really you basically just talking about your plans and never taking action on them. When you talk about your plans, when you're just yapping, when you're just talking about it in discussion to other people, that's when people do that, that explains the person who is in front of you, right? If you're the type of person that just likes to explain his plans, you're the type of person that just wants to seek the success. You don't never want to seek the progress. You never want to seek the evolution. You just want to seek the progress. Why is it that when I seek the progress? Because you seek attention. The reason why you're telling other people and you're telling people and discussing their own plans is because you want validation. You want people to get approvals. You want people to say yes to you, but rather you have to come to now in a self-awareness that nobody thinks the same as you are, and you are not your thoughts. You are not other people's opinions. You are yourself, right? You are yourself. So look, man, you will pay the price if you never take action. If you never take action, your life is completely shit. Your life is completely shit, and now you will live in the power of regret, because nobody can beat the power of regret. You have to know that people tend to live in the past. You need to live in the present moment and change whatever you can do right now. But yeah, man, it's been Fredo Saga. Let's leave the mansion expansion with some new game. Fredo Saga, live your own Twitch Ukrainian Saga. Follow my other socials. I'll be live streaming. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on TikTok, and let's stay in contact, man. Let's go.